So for the people that don't know Allison, she's interior design from South Florida. She's been in business for over 30 years, and a little bit like Liaigre. And I mean, she has a range of achievements that I could share with you. But other than many projects in the area and across the U.S., she's developed several furniture lines with different companies that you will better name than I will do now. Yes. And right now she has developed a line of rugs with Perennials, so that will be another part of her presentation. And with all of this, I think it's time for her to share her experience in the well-being. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'm getting over a sinus infection, and I just hope my voice lasts. Zita, you're up if this doesn't work. She's never seen the presentation. That's the only problem. Welcome, everybody. I can't tell you how absolutely fabulous it is to be here and to see all of your beautiful faces instead of those stupid masks. We have been through the ringer. I mean, never again, hopefully in our lifetime, we're going to see anything like this. So it's so great to see you. Obviously, it's so wonderful to see all of the beautiful goodies that Liaigre has and all of the details. We've been here since 3, and God, I've over everything that's here. And I am here to be there for you tonight. This is all about you. I'm a designer as well. I know what we go through, and I want to do something for you for a change. So we're not going to talk so much about interior design. We're going to talk about you and being healthy and well-being. So tonight's about honoring you. So COVID taught us we can work at home. Actually, I met a sailor about 5 years ago and bought a sailboat in England, sailed it to Fort Lauderdale, and I've been sailing now all over the place. Thank God I have a trusting staff and a senior partner, Zita Rudd, who's here with me. And, you know, getting away, I figured out, wow, I'm super productive. I have a horrible case of ADD. It can be debilitating if any of you have it. So for me, getting around people, I just went, it's much better for me to be by myself and have quiet time, be mellow, and it's incredible how much I get done. So I've learned I can be very productive no matter where I am, and so many people now have figured that out with COVID. So the sailboat, the water, is really my happy place. I'm more productive and less distracted. What I want you to think about is, what's your happy place? This is all about you. Again, take time for you. Interior design, it's a demanding profession. Clients will milk us dry. As much as you're willing to give, they will snap right out of you. So I'm going to give you some helpful hints that have worked for me, and hopefully they might work for you. I've already talked to a couple of people in here that I met or reacquainted with, and some of you already have your acts together. You're doing the same thing I'm doing. So unfortunately, the sailor went, and we broke up in December, and I was devastated. So I went to Canyon Ranch. I wanted to get away from the water. I'm like, give me some dirt. I don't want any reminder right now. So I went to Arizona. Have you guys, and please, I want this to be, you guys have any comments, obviously, or questions, you can interrupt me. But have you all heard of Canyon Ranch? Yes. Fantastic. So, what's that?
Haven't been.
Haven't been. Book it. So Canyon Ranch is a wellness center. It's a spa. It also has a full medical center. It has a ropes course. Thank you very much. Zita Rudd made me do it. I didn't think I could do it. Anyway, we'll get there. And I mean, they have all sorts of, they have therapy if you need it, and they have lecture series, which now I've gone for a second time. I actually took Zita at the end of May for a leadership program. We were there for a week, and we did all sorts of things. It was amazing. It was a really good jump start for me to start paying attention to me. So my 4 takeaways from Canyon Ranch that I wanted to work on for myself was, number 1, meditating. I never meditated. And they basically said, you know what? Meditate 5 times a day for 1 minute. I mean, come on, you can do this. So I'm going to give us a little exercise, if you guys don't mind. Michael Sands, you close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes for a second, please. And I really just want you to try to be mindless. Think about something happy, and think about, start focusing on your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Just concentrate on your breathing and nothingness. You're so relaxed. This is fun. We've got champagne, we've got mocktails in hand. This is a great space, especially with, I mean, Liaigre, that's perfect. Oh, that silence. So how easy is that to do? I mean, can you imagine a minute? And what it does is it takes your mind and it clears it. I think it calms the soul. Let's face it, design isn't all fun and games. We run into frustrating situations, and it's kind of good to just pull back and take a big breath. You know, we've been installing a house we're in our 2nd week right now. And oh my God. Yeah, exactly. So we all need that, and it's healthy for us. Please do me a favor. Try to do that for yourself. The second thing is working out. So being on the sailboat's kind of tough to figure out unless swimming. Swimming and paddleboarding I absolutely love to do. So I've made a commitment. They have physiologists there at Canyon Ranch that you can meet with. I spent an hour with one of the guys. I had worked out with him in December. The other thing I did was a bone density test. I'm 54 years old. I had no idea. I'm like, oh my God, I guess I really should know about this. I'm at the age. And also measuring my fat content. So then he was able to look at everything, and he said, you know what, Allison, 150 minutes a week of cardio. That's all I want you to do. Don't go crazy. I don't know, if you're like me, all right, I'm going to work out every day. It's going to be fabulous. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, screw this. I need a cocktail. So I'm really sticking to this. And weight training, they literally gave me 4 different exercises. They encourage you to lift the heaviest weight. Believe it or not, it's great for your bones and it's great for your muscle strength. So the 2 different things, they encourage maybe 3 days a week and do heavier weights, even if it's only 10 reps, and then 4 sets of these 4 exercises. Very attainable, right? So far, I'm doing pretty good. So eating well, portion control, we've heard that again and again and again, and it sounds very elementary, but I also did a glucose monitor, which I'd never done before. You see everybody walking around Canyon Ranch with these little discs on their arm. It's like a bunch of little robots. And you literally, it's an app on your phone, and you can tap and figure out what your glucose is, and you can figure out your meals and what's happening with your blood sugar. This was such an eye-opener for me. I was going up. I'm like, oh my God, Zita, is that really bad? I'm going down. And I was learning that, okay, you're having carbs, but you're not, equaling it out with vegetables, and you're not eating a protein. We learned, in the morning that I can't just have toast. I should have peanut butter on my toast. So that sort of thing. And then My least favorite of all of them is drinking less. So now, by the way, so now I'm drinking on the weekends, and I'm drinking a hell of a lot to make up for it. No, I'm just kidding. So me time. Let's face it, cocktails, right? So for me, it's almost like a ritual. I live on the Intercoastal, sitting on the water, having that beautiful water and a beautiful glass of wine. It's like, I forget about all those people, all those clients. And so what we're serving tonight is, and we heard about this company through Canyon Ranch, is mocktails. And it gives you that same, sensation. And they're pretty yummy if you guys have tried it. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it's amazing. I've actually lost some weight. And the other thing I did notice was, from drinking, just a little bit, even if I had a couple of glasses of wine or one wine a night, I was swollen. I'm like, oh my God, this cannot be good. So I feel so much better. I feel so much healthier. When I met with the physiologist, he was telling me about this Nike, one of the head Nike attorneys that met with him just before I met with him. And he says, Allison, she does this really simple thing, but it's real visually rewarding. She has a calendar, and she has stars, and she rewards herself for what she does well. So I have silver stars. You can do gold stars if you're a gold kind of a person. But I give myself up to 4 stars. Meditate, workout, no alcohol, and eating well. You'll notice I'm not always perfect in this category, but you know what? I think I did pretty damn good. The other thing is moderation. I will say towards the end of the week, end of the month, I was in the Bahamas, so no judging, okay? Vacation, that you can't live by that. So boundaries and less guilt. How about an owner's impromptu day off? Oh, wouldn't that be nasty? Why not? And then leave work at 5. I'm not really leaving. Well, sometimes I leave work at 5, but leave work early enough, especially now when it's light outside and you can actually have a good part of the evening to do something. Delegate. I'm sure we all could work on that, maybe a little bit. It'll never be exactly what you would want, but I also feel like it's a way to mold and shape your employees, to get to know you. You don't have to criticize them, but hey, great job. I may have done this, but you know what? You made the client happy, and that's fantastic. And I feel like it's also an opportunity to grow. The other thing that Canyon Ranch did for me is it reminded me about a retreat, an employee retreat that I did. I did this years ago. Zita actually has been with me for 14 years, and you never did it. So I said, Z, we're going to do this. This is going to be fantastic. Genius. We learned a ton about one another, and let me tell you, we formed a much stronger bond with one another. I wrote up an agenda for it. I actually gave them questions. So remember, happy employees, more productive, less on your plate. So part of my agenda was, we got there at 9 o'clock, we went to the O Spa in Palm Beach, and we walked the ocean for an hour. And then then from 10 to 12, I had actually given them some questions to think about beforehand. And I told them, you know what, this is celebrating us and all your hard work, and thank you so much. So over here is Nicole. If you'll raise your hand, Nicole's my office manager and bookkeeper. And Kaylee is in our design department, and Joe behind is our interior architect. We had a blast. I asked them, please tell us more about your background in college, previous jobs. The things that I gave them ahead of time was 5 goals, professionally or personally, and then 5 things that you feel you would you would like to see in the company to improve. And I also said, and you can be critical of me. If you have comments about me, I want to hear them. And, or other employees, let's talk about them. Not so much about me, but maybe more about that. So the other thing we did after lunch, we all went in the pool after lunch, had a little dip, and then we came back. And just some subjects that we talked about were schedules, realistic deadlines. That's not always so easy in this subjective world that we work in. Prioritizing, think efficiently. What is the end game? To me, sometimes it's great to know the end game and start going backwards to figure out what we need to do. Contracts, we do minutes after each meeting. This is where I was guilty. I don't always get the minutes back to people on time, but we try to get them out to the clients maximum 2 days after the meeting. Be on time. Certain mistakes, we shared some pretty catastrophic mistakes that we've made. But me? Never. And, just encouraging them, please don't hide a mistake. We're all going to make them. We're all human. This is what I did. This is the terrible thing that Zita did. And I'm a fixer. I may get a little mad, but I'm pretty patient about things. I am much better off not finding it myself. Tell me about it, and let's fix it. So that was great. Obviously, meditate. I have a lot of magazines in the studio. I see they're piled up in the conference room. I'm like, guys, do me a favor. Get your lunch, sit on the conference table, and go through some magazines. I mean, we need to stay up to date. Of course, I still haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it. And then change is great. Talked about some changes. Bring new ideas to the table. That's the other thing. And Joe, ding, 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 you're the winner. So Joe actually I invented this I don't know, I'll bet you 18 years ago. I just got on Excel one day and I'm like, you know what? There's so many damn details in this business. It is so hard to remember everything. I'm getting on Excel. The first column is the client, or if it's company related. Second is your task. Third is the person's whose task it is. And then the fourth column is the date that it's due. So we've been storing this on our shared drive at the office. And Joe's like, there's such thing that's called OneDrive, and everybody can share this document. You can access it from anywhere. We can sit around the conference table. Anybody can go into it. You just can't share a cell and change a cell. But this has been a game changer for us. So if it helps you, it's every meeting minute that we do, from those meeting minutes, we automatically put the tasks on the minutes. That's on the to-do list, because it's the only way we can remember to do things. We had massages, and then afterwards we went for a little swing. I mean, don't you do that? So again, happy employees, more productive. Take more off your plate. Delegate and accept differences. The other thing, in the discussion, God love Drew. Drew helped us brainstorm this presentation. We were talking about how I've worked for 4 other designers in my career before I opened my own firm. And it always bugged me to no end that none of these employees came to me and said, hey, Allison, you ready for your yearly review? It was always me going to them saying, can you tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right, and maybe I could get a bonus? And so this is what I do. I do it yearly for everyone because they're entitled to know. I mean, you might as well communicate to them. What are they doing great? What are they doing wrong? What can they work on? The constructive criticism. And this has been an amazing tool. Again, it's a blast working with people when they're happy and more productive. It's just another great trick of my trade. So this is Zita's family. This is Parker and Sienna. Oh, sure. She kind of pushed me to use it. No, I'm just kidding. So work smart, work efficiently, and quality time with family. I don't know about you guys, but I am extremely close with my family, and they mean so much to me. And that's how we all are at our company. Boundaries are a huge thing with our clientele. They will push and push into the evening, into the weekends, as much as you're going to give them. So we tell people right out of the gate, I'm sorry, but we don't work weekends. Let me just ask you, is your family important to you? Oh, of course, Allison. Well, our family is important too, so I'm sure you'll honor and respect that. And I have to tell you, we get no pushback. So we work during the week, usually, good hours during the week, a little bit of late if we need to. But no, don't get me wrong. If it's a multi-million-dollar job, I'll work through the weekend if they want me to. So not only am I an interior designer, I'm also a product designer. I've been doing product for the past 18 years. My first collection was with E.J. Victor. I've done a ton of furniture with them since then. And the next company that I went to was Fine Art Lamps. I don't know if you all are aware of them. They're in Miami. They're an amazing company. Honestly, I guess I've been doing this with them maybe 8 years, I would guess. And they're a jewel because they will make anything that you draw, which is phenomenal. And having them in Miami, they have amazing glass blowers and molders. When I went to them, I had a bunch of concepts, and this was one that they chose. I'm a huge French Art Deco fan, and you can see the influence of Art Deco with this. But I said to them, I want to create a chandelier that the glass looks like quartz or rock crystal. And I work with the head of the glass company there. Frank is just amazing. And we had a meeting on the phone, and I literally sent them, a chunk of rock crystal, and he sent this concept back to me. I said, oh my God, you're a genius. So lighting was hard. Lighting was harder than I thought it would be, but this was one of the first chandeliers that had LED lights. They're in the clips, and that's the only lighting in the chandelier. And I was concerned it wouldn't have enough light, and come to find out it gives great ambient light without direct light in your face. So this has been a fun collection. And by the way, there are all sorts of shapes and sizes and sconces. This is another line I did with Century, an outdoor line. There's all sorts of pieces, seating and dining and chaise lounges. A lot of my products come from things that I can't find in the marketplace. And believe it or not, this is so simple. But I couldn't find, I love Janus, and I love, what's the other, high-end?
Oh, McKinnon.
Yeah, McKinnon and Harris. But they're a little bit too ornate for us. So I designed this for our clients. We've already placed it in a couple of homes. And this is in a more modern setting. We've also used it. It can go more traditional. Looking forward, I'm working with Visual Comfort right now. We just did 55 of these lanterns on a Palm Beach oceanfront estate, and this will probably be the first thing that I introduce with them. I just wanted to do something very, very simple. Again, it has a little bit of a deco influence and easy to place. And then I'm also working on some indoor concepts with them too that we're prototyping now, so that's exciting. I am ghost designing for McGuire. I've done one full outdoor collection with them. We're in the prototype phases right now. And then just a couple weeks ago, I was excited to learn that a new concept that I showed them was approved. So I'll be doing some more outdoor. Again, these are the things that I enjoy, and it's giving me such peace. And guess what? In 6 more years, if she lets me, I'm going to try to start pulling back and spending more time, for me. And product design is such a great field because you can do it from anywhere, and it can be a cash cow for you. So I was so excited. We're great clients of Perennials. I really believe in this line. We we use probably 80 to 90% of their fabrics throughout our homes because they're solution dyed acrylics, velvets, chenilles, linens, you name it. That you can literally use part water and part bleach to clean anything out, including Sharpies. And the rugs, it's the same thing for the rugs. So we teamed up together, and I'm just going to tell you a little side story. Drew and company were giving us a presentation on Liaigre, and we went through everything, and of course, loved everything that they showed us. And by the way, they have some new rugs out that have this bronze inlay. We just placed an order for 2 of them that are the most outrageous things I've ever seen. I thought, wow, Allison. I'll take that commission. No. So at the end of the presentation, I had the best time. At the end of the presentation, Drew goes, "Hey, Allison, you know we're selling Perennials in our showroom." I said, "No, I didn't know that. That's fantastic." And we talked about doing an event together, so I'm so happy and pleased to be, my gosh, Liaigre is one of our very favorite top tier showrooms that every time we order something, everything comes in. I've never had a problem. Everything's impeccable, right? So then came COVID. It was time for the photo shoot. Perennials, man, they don't mess around. Photographer from New York, we got a makeup artist, we got a trailer for food, we got that. I'm like, Jesus, I feel like a movie star. A client of mine said, "No problem, Allison, move the furniture, whatever you want to do." We had just finished this incredible, very modern, organic home. A lot of walnut. Just fabulous. It would have been perfect for the photo shoot. They call me and say, "We don't know how to tell you this, but we have to cancel the photo shoot. Nobody can travel. And I'm so sorry to do this to you because I know how excited you were about it, but we're going to do it in the Dallas showroom." And I had just been with Perennials like a month before that in the Dallas showroom. And I said, "All right, now I feel better. Although the whole shoot has to be in the Liaigre space. That's one request that I have for you." And lo and behold, so I got the catalog, by the way. So this is the front. This is the front of their catalog. Liaigre is all over my photo shoot, which is absolutely fantastic and serendipitous. Who knew? Who knew that my rugs were going to be here? So it's fantastic. And we made the back cover too. And we're throughout. We have some catalogs if you guys need them. And we don't have so many of them. And if Drew said he'll just send them out to you all if you don't get one. So this has been a ton of fun. We did a ton of business with Perennials. The one thing they didn't have were highs and lows and loops and textures and stuff like that. So that was a little bit of it was a challenge. So this is one of my rugs. And I wanted to show you, Zita's going to hold up. This is not in the line, but just so that you all know how you can change a rug just by the colors. You know, doing something that's more solid, it becomes more textural, a little quieter. Or if you want to punch, you can do it as it comes. And then the next rug, Saunders, it's in the front of the showroom. You can do this rug the way it's shown in the showroom, which has a cut pile. This one has a loop field, which gives it a completely different look. And again, your colors, you can do whatever you want. Perennials is just fantastic. And if you all know about Perennials, they also have online, we use it all the time, where you can pick your yarns and you can see you can create your own rendering. I've never seen any company offer that before. Oh, and how about those Liaigre pieces in this picture? Rough. And then I had to put this picture in. I love this table. It's upstairs. It's gorgeous. Fabulous daybed. Truth be told, the other thing I really like are martinis. So I said, make sure you put a martini in one of those pictures. Of course, a beautiful bed. And the thing that I love about this, the leather bed, it's very tailored. And what we offer with this rug line is just texture. Subtle texture and such a nice contrast. And this is my last rug. So 4 patterns, all different colors, obviously. And then I did a pillow line. You know, I don't know about you guys, but we do get clients bitching about how expensive pillows are. I'm a sucker for embroidered pillows or appliques. Love appliques. So this is one of the pillows that I did with Perennials, and those are available. I think they're $350 if I'm not mistaken. So net, in comparison to what custom pillows are, it's a bargain. So that concludes my presentation. Do you all have any comments or questions?
Congratulations.
I'd love to. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'd love to. We're going to hang around, and I might even have a glass of that killer champagne. It's one of my favorite champagnes. And Liaigre does have gift bags for you. We've stuck a little present in there for you as well. So enjoy, have a great time, and remember, each and every one of you are special, and honor yourselves.